as a massive fan of the franchise, really only saying that I've seen the first 5 films. That one sucks. But I've seen these ones. I've actually seen half of this one. I need to finish this one. But I've seen these in its entirety, as well as this. 2 hours, something hours I will never get back. But I've actually had this for a while on my favorite movies like shelf. But I don't know. I just took it out. I still really enjoy these movies. Maybe The Wrath of Khan may be my favorite movie of the Star Treks, but we'll see. Uh, okay, now I'm rambling on. Okay, let's get to the ranking and I'll talk about them later. Star Trek. My least favorite is the first one, and I like all of these movies, the trilogy, the Kelvin timeline. I actually understand why now it's called the Kelvin timeline. Is that these movies I believe are still canon, but like later in the series, Spock and some other dude, the some other dude, they went through like a black hole, and then yeah, then they came into this timeline, which was in the very past, and then now it just messed everything up. So now they have new destinies. I understand kind of why now, but yeah, this is my least favorite because this is like the beginning point of like getting to know the characters. It's a very good movie either way. I still enjoy it a lot. Um, I watched the trilogy in 2 days. Yeah, that's how I was really invested in the trilogy. So yeah, the Star Trek one, and also Spock, the the guy who plays Spock was really good. Everybody was great in their roles. I had a hard time remembering who was who in the Enterprise, but when I found out who was who, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're great. I do not own this movie yet. I saw it in 4K. Ooh, that was a it was 4K is actually pretty epic. And like Amazon Prime, it was free on 4K. So I'm like, watch it and not order it right now. But I kind of disobeyed my rules of physical media, but I don't care. It's 4K. Now they're broken rules, but I don't care. It looked good. Um, I remembered like hearing like one of them was like very not good. All of them are great in my opinion, but I think this is the one everybody didn't like because how like overused CGI it was. I think all of them was overused CGI, or not overused, but used CGI. I like this one, but some parts it didn't make sense. Like the air vent when Captain Kirk was like trying to get like the black thing out. I didn't understand that. Like some stuff I didn't understand, but the whole movie in general I really do enjoy. It's just the one I'd least like watch over and over again. But it's like I got to know the characters. I love like the ending scene when Spock, the new Spock, picked up like a photograph and then it was the original cast. That was amazing. I'm glad I watched the originals first. So that made it like better. By the way, don't worry. I took out the disc, so I didn't throw the disc because it's a Blu-ray. I mean, I would never heard of Blu-ray, but yeah, it's just for comedic effect. I gotta say, my favorite one is Star Trek Into Darkness. When Benedict Cumberbatch's character, like said, "I can save your daughter," and then the guy was like, "Who are you?" And then it's like panned to him, and he never said his name. I'm like, I am Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know why I found it hilarious, but I don't know why I had this movie for a lot like for a month because it was on sale on Big Lots. So I'm like, it's Star Trek. I want to watch all the Star Treks. So get it. It's the second movie in the franchise. It took me forever to find this, and I already knew the third one was free. So I'm like, okay, where's the first one so I can watch them all? But yeah, I'm glad I got to it because it's my favorite Star Trek out of the Kelvin timeline. Um, Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan. I did not know it was gonna be Khan. I didn't know anything about the Kelvin timeline trilogy, so I had no idea it was Khan. When they were like talking about who he was, and he says I am, and I'm like, please, is it Khan? It was Khan. I remember like liking the Wrath of Khan a lot. It kind of a lot of stuff reminded me, which it's like fan service. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan because I never seen the show. I've only seen like the first 5 minutes of the first episode. But I can say I like Star Trek more than Star Wars. I think I like them both a lot. But I like this trilogy a lot, and I like the Kelvin trilogy, and I like 1 through 4 a lot. So, um, yeah, when Spock said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, that stuck in my mind for a long time. And then at the end where Kirk supposedly dies, and then Spock like put his hand against the glass, I'm like it was reversed. Like, but in like Wrath of Khan, it was Spock who gave his life and not Kirk. But and I was kind of hoping that it was gonna be the search for Spock, the Star Trek Beyond. But I'm kind of glad it isn't. So it's a new. But I like the movie either way. Yeah, I think this is easily my favorite out of the Kelvin timeline. When the guy put like the ring in the water and then it exploded, I'm like, so that is my ranking of the Star Trek Kelvin timeline trilogy. That is the end of the Star Trek ranking video. So if you're still here, thank you. If you want, you can go. But I will be talking about Star Trek the originals. My very first video was me unboxing, well, unwrapping anyway, the Star Trek. So I kind of have a close feeling with this because I've had these for 6 months, I think, or a little more, a little longer, but 6 months at least. So I have not watched these in 6 months. I have not rewatched them. This I'll probably will never rewatch unless I'm like, probably never will watch it. But these I will easily at least like twice rewatch it because I remember like not loving, but liking them a lot. I had digital code. I love my digital codes, but it didn't work. And then I realized it could have worked. I was just doing it wrong. I threw it away, so I'm mad at myself right now. But yeah, these movies are amazing. The fourth one I found the most entertaining one because it was like the more dynamic one, I guess. This one I got 46 views, maybe because I was bashing it. But I made a video on Wrath of Khan, thinking people would like it. No views. So I kind of gave up. But I still am glad I watched the 3 and 4 because they're great. I had this for like 2 weeks. I never got to it, and then I got to it. I just stopped halfway. I don't know. I can't remember why, but I just did. I kind of remember it like being slow paced, but had its moments. But yeah, I still need to rewatch it. I still need to watch it like fully. But yeah, I heard Star Trek was great and all, so I'm like, okay, let me get the movies. Cause I'm more of a movie guy than I love TV shows, but I'm more of a movie guy. So yeah, this one sucked. So that one like it made me not want to watch these, but I'm glad I watched these. So yes, I highly recommend this set especially because these movies are amazing. I cannot stress how amazing these movies are. So that's the end of the ranking in my talk about Star Trek. So live long and prosper.